and welcome to another edition of Women's World. I'm your host, Michaeline Moyabasi. Recently, there have been numerous fashion events in Papua New Guinea, and the Women's World team were fortunate to attend and speak to some of the movers and shakers who have been behind it all. One such event was the PNG Fashion Week. Backed by the Tourism Promotion Authority, the event has the ability to promote PNG culture to the world and in turn support tourism, which increases visitors to Papua New Guinea. Among others, it provides employment, raises the country's profile, supports SMEs, all while providing other spin-off benefits. Take a look at these highlights.
The PNG Fashion Week held its inaugural event recently at the Stanley Hotel in Port Moresby. The event was staged with the theme Tribal Eclectic and saw 8 dynamic designers showcase their clothing line. It took the event organizers 3 years to finally make it happen, and although still in its nascent stages, PNG Fashion has the ability to drive small, women-centric businesses and bring PNG art, culture, and unique designs to the world. Office of Tourism, Arts and Culture CEO Marie Ellingson spoke of cultural awareness amidst the growing industry and how PNG Fashion Week was a great start for embracing cultural consciousness through clothing.
From the tourism, arts and culture sector, we're so proud to see this day happen and to be an eventuality. What we can offer from our sector is partnership and collaboration. Like any industry, you need a backer, you need a supporter. And one of our premier organizations in the sector has already recognized the PNG Fashion Week as an event on its own. And I would encourage you to make this an iconic event for a certain time of the year. And I was going to say that we offer you our festivals and our shows throughout this country every month. There is something happening, whether it's a small show, big show, like the Hagen show that's happening right now, or something that the Tourism Promotion Authority puts forward, like the Look in PNG Now that's coming up next month. We can offer you those avenues and those platforms to come out and show what Papua New Guinea is, what we have. And like Dr. Mel said, it's inherent in us. It's just a matter of either putting pen to paper or talking to someone can make it happen. And I think that it is happening. And it's going to be a movement, and I recognize it as a movement because it's going to bring in a lot of other people that may not be designers, they may not be artists, and you already see from the acknowledgements of all the wonderful people that have supported this event.
Managing Director of Jauke Bilum Product, Florence Jauke Kamel, is a well-respected Bilum artist and founder of the Bilum Festival. She showcased one of her collections and has been at the forefront of the rapidly growing reinterpretation of the twist and look technique into a contemporary art form known as Bilumwear.
My strengths in designing are the inspiration that I get from seeing things. If it is creativity, it's the idea or the creativeness that is in a particular particular thing. And if it is traditional, it's the stories that are behind the traditional design. If it is modern, so it's the designs that are my strengths there. So I pick from them. I particularly work with natural fiber more often, but it's the sourcing of the natural fiber that sometimes it's a hiccup with my work. For designers like me, we've been looking for this. We've been struggling for the design industry or the fashion industry to be something that must be recognized by the government, and it's for the past years, like 14 years, I've been struggling to find this industry. And I think people like me are some of the inspiration that is behind what's happening in Papua New Guinea now. Well, PNG Fashion Week has demonstrated a bigger event tonight. It's the best ever that I've so far come across with. They've looked after us, the designers, and to be honest, designers are the very people that make the platform work. And if you look after the designers will give you the best. I am the one that protects the traditional knowledge that is behind my bilum. I don't teach outsiders bilum, I don't teach them. I don't sell designs, I don't put designs on fabric or textile, no. Because if I do, I will stop employment for how many women that are there.
The event not only involved designers and models, but a lot of work went on behind the scenes, which involved a large production crew, an assembling and logistics team, just to name a few. The Women's World team interviewed a few models before their walk and asked them to share their thoughts on the PNG Fashion Week and walking the runway.
Hi, my name is Dylan Yaruso. I am 20 years of age and I'm from the Ora province. Tonight at the PNG Fashion Week fashion show, I was a model for RKM Designs. That's the label, fashion label of Robin Morove. I never thought of being a model growing up. My interest was more into fashion design, but just to get a feel of the industry, I decided that maybe I might as well branch out into like different areas, so modeling was one of them.
Okay, what I liked about Fashion Week, the fact that there are designers out there who are really into this, the fashion industry and how they could create and come up with a lot of good designs. And also knowing the fact that most of these designers that are upcoming are young and really eager.
What I like most about Fashion Week is that I got to meet like different designers and their aspects of design and what inspired them to design. All the things that we wore tonight. And also I got to meet a lot of new friends and create.
So would you take part in Fashion Week again?
Definitely.
The PNG Fashion Week captured different ways that people can be creative. It featured innovative talent that can help boost the economy while promoting the positive aspects of PNG culture to the world. In this segment, we feature lines from PNG Designer Annette Sete's brand Hot Lava and Wal Takwa, Pukpuk Meri.
Designer and entrepreneur Annette Sete showcased two lines from her brand, Hot Lava and Wal Takwa, Pukpuk Meri. From running a home-based business, Maku Gifts, her interest in fashion and creative pieces of clothing, jewelries, home decor pieces, and personalized one-off gifts led to creating the amazing Lava Girl collection.
Yeah, so basically we do a lot of jewelries using anything and everything that we find within the environment. We use shells, seeds, a lot of coconut shells, a lot of tabu, seashells, bamboos, any seeds that we basically see that we have surplus of, and if we could try them on clothing pieces or if we could try them in earrings or any other jewelries and they seem to work, then we use them. I call it backyard R&D. So we try sanding, varnishing, cutting, shaping the different things that we want to make a jewelry out of. Color them, paint them, and then whatever works, then we use. A lot of our stuff that we do is basically jewelries, and recently we've gotten into garments and we do like prints on garments, and we've just come back from the PNG Fashion Week to show some of our pieces there. Yeah, I live in East New Britain and I was thinking of some sort of a name to give to what we do, especially with earrings and ladies wear. We do a lot of leisure wear for women, so maxi dresses, tops and things like that. We use a lot of rayons that is widely available in Papua New Guinea. I think that it just came out. Before you never hear of, women really into fashion, designing. You don't hear about fashion shows and things like that. It's sort of great that we kind of started about the time that women were really into, they're starting to get into fashion, they're starting to do designs. They are like coming out and attending shows. Some of the people that attended the show I've never heard of. And when I went there, I saw them, it was like, okay, that's great, like everyone's trying to do that. And I think it's about time that we do that. I mean, PNG women, a lot of us like to dress up. So Hot Lava is obviously, we were trying to do like something about East New Britain because we started here, and given our name is Lava Girl, we wanted to showcase the volcano, the lava, East New Britain, taboo shells, the traditional Bilasia, the culture, the people. So we sort of put together 10 pieces that were basically to showcase East New Britain and sort of introduce Lava Girl in that industry, because we haven't actually had a proper launch or anything like that. We sort of just advertised on Facebook and people wanted our products, and then we started selling. So we never actually had a proper launch and introduce the brand and things like that. But I think we got a lot of, in the 1 year, 8 months that we tried to expose our brand and develop the brand, I think a lot of people sort of picked up on that in the country, as well as like neighboring Fiji, Solomon Islands, Australia. We have a lot of customers buying from us. We have even a couple of orders from US, a couple of orders from New Zealand in the recent, after the show. We had like so much publicity, so it was great. So I'll go back to the crocodile one. The second collection was Wal Takwa, which is basically female crocodile. That's in my mother's language. It's from Sepik River. So it's basically about crocodiles and the carvings and things like that. So I thought I'll show some, originality and show where I come from and things like that. So we put together the Pukpuk collection, which sort of had a lot of female wanting the material, not only the ones from East Sepik, or those ones have crocodiles like Gulf or East Sepik. It was like women from all different backgrounds and places wanted to buy this sort of thing. So it was encouraging, like really great for us Westerners. So it was good. They were really helpful, and we were great that we did it. And we sort of came back and told the team, wow, we did this, that's so good. We need to, improve on this area. We need to improve on that area. We need to start learning this, learning that. So it was good. Everyone was so happy to see the pictures in the paper and all of that. It was great. Like, they sort of really put in the effort to help me put together something to go to the show. Given that all of us have no experience of, doing a fashion show, let alone putting together a collection and go. So it was good.
The Caritas Secondary School also showcased what they had been learning in tech class, enlightening the audience on how to make evening dresses using only pins. The PNG Fashion Week has come a long way and has mapped out a way for many designers. The magnificent showcase of arts and culture brought ethnicity to the runway. The event is dedicated to put PNG on the map, with the country's traditional designs and patterns being incorporated in fashion and arts. and as well as empowering emerging designers and young models to be entrepreneurs in the fashion and garment industry.
After the break, we feature Rose Romulus, the only PNG female coffee export quality controller. Stay tuned. You're watching Women's World. Coffee continues to be an important export commodity for Papua New Guinea. The Coffee Industry Corporation in PNG has realized the importance of promoting PNG coffee more aggressively to maintain its place in existing markets as well as break into new emerging markets. Rose Romulus, who originates from Duke of York Island in East New Britain, is one of the key players in the industry who has contributed to achieving the government's socio-economic goals. Apart from other female cuppers in the country, Rose is the only female quality controller in the coffee industry, who does the last quality check to PNG's coffee before it's exported overseas.
Papua New Guinea coffee plantations were first planted 120 years ago. Historical records attribute the arrival of coffee to New Guinea as a result of German settlers bringing the crop to the island. Today, the industry is a significant contributor and is Papua New Guinea's major agricultural commodities, with exports worth 927 million kina. The Coffee Industry Corporation provides statutory oversight of the industry as well as research and grower support. Women in the coffee industry, especially in the Highlands region and the Morobe province, have contributed to the development of this sector. One such woman is Rose Romulus, the Senior Quality Control Officer based in Lace Quality Control Office.
She's only one female Papua New Guinean where now I'm reaching the Q grade status long how I'm verifying coffee. Without signature belonging long one coffee or exporter like Salimi voucher, without the signature that coffee will never leave. I must stop right now confirming this is a cup where the one grade only agree long coffee Bible. Suppose I downgrade him this is a coffee. Exporter must downgrade him, na Salim no lower grade.
She communicates with the exporters right down to the level of the farmers. That's how busy she is. She's got a very young family, but she is very, very faithful in her duties.
I graduated in food science, the University of Technology. Being a quality controller, you are more or less a regulator, and there are tough decisions that you have to make on shipments, and you're dealing with big exporters, you're dealing with also nationally owned companies, and sometimes you are faced up with challenges, so you have to make a decision on shipments. As a regulator, you have to stand on your own 2 feet and say no if you have to reject or stop a container from getting on board the ship, you have to do it. And that's the greatest challenge that I've faced during my life with CIC. Continued on until there was projects outside of the area of quality control here, where all the checks on shipments going out for quality. I started getting involved into other projects also, apart from this. So, and one of the projects that we were involved in was coffee profiling.
She knows these groups like the palm of her hand. She can say this is a group, and Mr. Long, this is altitude, and Mr. Producing, this is a kind of coffee.
Always the high altitude coffees are the ones that score better if the post-harvest processes are being followed properly. We look for the fragrance and the aroma. We look for the type of flavors in the coffee. The aftertaste, after you swallow the coffee or you spit the coffee out, what's in there after, whether it's a pleasant or it's an unpleasant taste, or whether it's a long or short. Then you look at how clean the coffee is. Then you look at the consistency amongst the cups that you assess, and you look at the sweetness, the balance, how the coffee is, like the seeds, the flavors, how are they balanced out, and of course all those they give an overall score that reflects the quality of the particular coffee.
He's a very strong Christian. And we support him church group Longen. Also, she is one of the key players along women in coffee, where Papua New Guinea you may like strong him. The woman voice inside long industry must come up strong.
We are not yet there, but we more or less, for us, CIC, women folks are more or less just assisting with like technical expertise and assisting our women folks. I'm from East New Britain, from a small island, Tukufyok Island. After graduation, I worked for about 10 years before I got married. My husband is from Matupit and Raluana. He also graduated from Unitec. I have 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl, and they're all in school.
We just had the National Coffee Cup competition. International coffee cuppers that came, they were through Rose's connection.
The aim is to promote very good, excellent coffees coming out from the competitions and find market for those kind of quality coffees.
Rose and the CIC team have seen the need to encourage local consumption of PNG's homegrown quality products. The industry is now working with the winning coffee producers from the National Coffee Competition and New Guinea Expo to get the coffees into roast and ground products for the local market. One of the projects that Rose has also been heavily involved in is the review of PNG's green bean standard. It is now with the National Institute of Standards and Industrial Technology to present to Minister for Trade for gazetting. This standard will allow for very high quality coffees from the smallholder sector to also compete for high prices based on cup quality.
That concludes this edition of Women's World. As always, you can share your stories from your community with us by the contact details now showing on your screen. You can also search for us on Facebook. We look forward to hearing from you. On behalf of the Women's World team, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your viewing on your #1 to watch, EMTV.